Hi there, my name's DaveHengle, and today we're going to be looking at the Prezi, which is looking at the Liverpool versus Anzi game. The four areas in which we'll be covering today is the coaching process. Just be looking at what the coaching process is and why the coaching process can be important to coaches and athletes. The second section is the notational analysis. We'll be looking at the uses of notational analysis and the limitations of notational analysis. The third stage is data, so the uses of data and graphs and complications of data. And finally, we're looking at the results. What do results mean and how they can be used by a coach? This is the four phases of the coaching process. The first phase is athlete's performance. The second phase is the coach observes. The third phase is the performance analysed. And fourth stage is coach to player interaction. This is a model that I've designed. It's very similar to the Carroll model, which is published online. Basically what it shows is it shows the correlation between it shows the correlation of all four phases and how the athlete performs and how this all here can interact with each other to improve performance and by team and player. This is a quote by Forum. It says, "We need to present a model for improving athletes' performance." I feel what Forum is saying here is that an athlete needs some structure to basically get 100% out of the athlete that they're working with. If they don't have this, then there's going to be errors and they're going to take one step forward and two steps back, which obviously if the athlete isn't good in terms of development. This is notational analysis. Notational analysis is one of the best ways to improve performance, however it does have its limitations. Three of these main limitations are finances. So does the coach have the funding to get softwares like Gamebreaker to look at their games, and by looking at their games, code videos, etc. Access, so if the coach doesn't have a finance, do they have access to these softwares? Not many coaches will, but there are, I'm sure, a few coaches that can somehow get the access to these softwares. And finally, the usability. So if the coach does have the access and finances, do they know actually how to use these softwares? If they don't and they're just guessing, it then becomes invalid and unreliable for the athlete, and then again it will deplete their development. This is a quote by Hughes and Franks. It says, however, it has limitations. Human memory system is limited. It has limitations. It is almost impossible to remember accurately every event. This is saying that the human mind cannot process every single piece of information it sees. This then again can lead to the coach maybe missing a key point in the game, or a key factor in which they're trying to see, which then again, if they're giving this feedback to the athlete, then they could be getting false information, and by this they could then not improve. This is the data stage. Data can be used in many useful ways to improve player and team performance. It can be presented and shown in many different ways. The way that I used, which you'll see in a minute, is graphic form. Just a little bit here, look, which says data wherever possible should be used. Is Hughes and Franks again, just stating that data, if done right, doesn't lie. Once you've notated and you've put the data into proper graphs, it's the easiest and probably the most valid way to improve team and player performances. Gamebreaker will do this for you. You can import your results into Excel, make them into graphs. This is the Liverpool count. This just shows here, look, the successful, unsuccessful, and total tackles. This is just showing that Liverpool made more unsuccessful tackles than successful. So the coach will look at that, and then they now know where they need to improve. This is Anzi count, the unsuccessful defensive tackles, successful, and total tackles. Anzi made more successful than unsuccessful tackles, so that is an area in which they probably won't need to improve. That is my Prezi. Thank you very much for listening.